And then she looked at Watson really weird, and that's when I got the restraining order against Tess. But I mean, oh, we're live. Sorry. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm Philip.
I'm Tommy.
Welcome to RCX Unfiltered. Sorry about that. Didn't know we were going live there.
What a great photo.
Oh my God, there's so much lore to these live shows.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like Jared Melendez the other day was like, I finally made it as a writer because he discovered that there was fan fiction written about Chef's Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's when we will have made it, when people start writing fan fiction. Like Tess lore fan fiction. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've been holding on to that one for like way too long. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't say anything to Tommy because it's got to be natural.
Yeah. I was like, what is happening?
The payoff, though, was great.
Hi, everybody.
Bye, Gregory.
Goodbye, Dr. Pepper.
Ah,
Oh my God. I would steal Watson too. He's perfect.
as long as you don't give him there a hardwood floor, he's fine.
Yeah.
Do you have a place for him to sleep? Yep, then you're all good. Watson's fine. Not gonna do- So anyway,
Yeah.
let's see here. We got some books.
I don't think I locked the door.
Gregory's back.
Gregory's having a hard time.
It's been a long day.
We love you, Gregory.
I only like you as a friend.
That would have been embarrassing. Someone walk in the middle of the.
I only tolerate you mildly.
Well, thank you all.
I love and appreciate you.
But tell Cody we love him.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's gonna have a complex at some point.
That's a little late for that, though, isn't it? Like that ship sailed, right?
Yeah, I guess it has. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do we have a chat window? Is our chat window gone?
Maybe nobody's talking to us.
Not a lot. You have people. Megan's here. Rachel's here. Bill's here. Bill says,
But-
now that Tommy is one of us, sing it with us. Who's the leader of the club?
Oh, there it is. There
The
it
live
is.
chat wasn't on.
Oh,
There we
found
go.
it. Hello, people.
I was like, that doesn't look right. Like, I'd hate to go through all this stupid stuff for nothing.
Right?
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, he's talking about your new little,
Oh yeah, my hat,
yeah.
my spider mouse ears.
Should have wore it tonight.
Yeah, I left it over there.
I will read it.
And I don't know why every picture that Tess takes of me looks like I'm being held hostage. But oh, thank you.
There you
Ah,
go.
there you go. Well, it looked much smaller in the picture.
Well, my head is gigantic, so
Yeah, it's still like, yeah, it's a big head.
it is indeed.
And next Tuesday's Halloween. We have a
Yes!
Halloween show.
Yep,
I'm so excited.
I've been told we should dress up.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, we've got plans.
Well, we
talked
have plans. Yes, yes.
Tommy and I, we've got something planned.
We do. We do.
Next
We
week.
have plans.
Who's going to be dressed as me?
Nobody can pull that off, Tess.
Darn.
We're not going to even try.
Jacqueline suggested that Philip should dress up as Gregory,
Yes.
but he was like, no.
Oh, man.
No, sorry. No. No. All I would have to do is sit here and go, Scarlet Witch is the best.
See, it's easy.
Yeah. So,
We were talking earlier. Basically, if they have Scarlet in their name, Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
I was flipping through previews earlier doing the order for him, and he was like, "What is that?" And it was Scarlet Couture. Like he was like, "What?"
what's that? Yeah. No, Gregory, back off, man. It's not. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. It's just it needs Scarlet in the name, and he's in.
What was it was the one I showed him from DC from like the 50s. It was the Scarlet Mermaid.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I showed it to him a few
Wow.
weeks ago. It was like a character from the 50s. It was called the Scarlet Mermaid.
Wow.
He's like, what? I'm like, I'm just telling you. Here you go. All right, we'll toss some books, and then we'll figure out some stuff from there. We'll go with Edenwood, #1. So this is Tony Daniel's new book where he's writing and drawing.
Yes.
I liked it. I'm still not sure I know what happens.
So it feels like a variation on the Cull,
Kinda.
where there's like this mystical area, but like there's a map at the end.
There's a map. Here, we'll show you the map. This is Edenwood.
So like it's this mystical forest that's like magical and whatnot, but it's like where is it, near Detroit?
Yeah, it's the whole like Lake Superior all through that.
Yeah.
But then it's like, so there's witches and stuff too. Like they're trying to fight off this Edenwood, but we
Yeah.
don't really know what it is yet.
Yes, this book was 100% set up. It's got some I mean Tony Daniel, if you like his art, you'll like this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
It's gonna get better. But yeah, it was 100% set up.
there's
but
definitely
the kids
some like time
jump.
fluctuation stuff where like characters are like, oh, they were just here a few minutes ago, and somebody else like they could have been here years ago. Time works different here.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, we don't know how that's gonna play out.
Yeah.
But it is like it's not like post-apocalyptic, like it's a war.
yeah, they're
It's
in the
like
midst of a war, and it's a magical forest, and they're like Abrams tanks driving through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
And the Abram tanks are the good guys in here.
Unlike later,
yes.
we'll get to that later.
But anyway, so yeah, if you like Tony Daniel, then you'll actually like this book. So it was interesting. Like it starts off at 1, it jumps time and stuff. But
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things, modern times, but also medieval fantasy
Yeah.
vibe. So it's pulling on a bunch of genres.
Yeah.
Like there's a little horror, there's some high fantasy, some technology. I don't know. It's a lot going on in that book.
yeah, there's it's a lot. So, but I'm sure we'll figure it out by next issue. The next we have Void Rivals #5.
And every issue, I'm like, it can't be better than the last issue. And every issue, I'm like, oh, yep, it sure is. I'm enjoying this immensely.
Yeah, this book shouldn't. I keep saying it. This book shouldn't be as good as it is.
Like I thought it was going to be like a gimmicky, like let's introduce the Transformers, but it ends up like they're using some Transformers lore and some Transformers characters, like peripheral characters.
Yeah.
But it makes perfect sense in like the scope of the story.
Right.
And I love all these characters, these brand new characters, not just the characters from Transformers.
And they're using oddball characters from Transformers
Yeah.
in here, so it's not really.
Someone was threatened with Sharkticons in this issue, so that was prime.
But yeah, so
It's
this,
ongoing. Void Rivals is an ongoing series. As far as I know, I believe Transformers is also an ongoing.
Yes.
The G.I. Joe stuff that they've announced is going to be mini-series. And I assume
that leads into a G.I. Joe book.
yeah, I imagine that
Yeah.
the Duke and the Cobra Commander mini-series are going to dovetail into a G.I. Joe ongoing.
And if you pick up this issue of Void Rivals, there is a Duke preview
There is.
in this. And I'll be honest with you, I really want to read Duke.
Yeah, it's I have not been this excited for a G.I. Joe comic in a long time.
No, it is pretty.
It looks awesome.
It does look awesome. But yeah, the Void Rivals is really good. They're doing a good job. Kirkman's doing a good job setting up the Energon universe.
Yeah.
But if you're not reading Void Rivals, I would highly suggest go to wherever you can get this and actually read it.
We
'Cause
should
it's
have
been-
all of the issues on hand. I
Yeah.
ordered a lot of 1 and 2.
So, but yeah, it's like we said, the book shouldn't be that good just because it was an introduction for the Transformers, but Kirkman's not playing around.
Yeah, it's real good.
So he's serious about his Transformers.
They're more than meets the eye.
They are.
I have not
You
read
didn't read
this.
this, yeah.
I was trying to get to it, but then we started talking and then I failed.
So this is Flash #2, introductions of the Stillness, which are all these characters that you see. As far as I know, it's the introduction to the Stillness.
They were mentioned in the last issue,
Right.
like right at the end. But yeah, as far as I know, this is the
Yeah.
first time they've been
And
introduced.
there's some weird stuff going on with the Speed Force in this and what's happened to Wally. He's getting trapped in bubbles. But it all starts to kind of make sense by the time you get to the end of this issue. and and then the Gorilla Grodd and his gang is up to something.
I
Which
liked
is-
in the first issue when Grodd was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss," and Wally's like, "What? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?" And Grodd's like, "Never mind, gotta go."
And then there is a quick appearance by Buried Alien at the end. I mean, Barry
Quick.
Allen.
Really quick appearance because it's quick.
He's the Flash. So this is I guess I haven't read the Flash in probably a couple of series, but this has actually been really good. It's a very interesting take on some of the Speed Force stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
The last Flash book I read was when Wally became the Black Flash.
Oh
Which
yeah.
Wade? Was that Mark Wade? Back in the 90s?
Maybe.
I think it was Mark Wade.
Yeah. Could have been. I can't remember. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was the 90s, like late 90s last time I read Flash.
Can't remember that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. But the first issue was great, and I did not have time to get to the second issue today. I'll probably read it tomorrow.
Yeah. But if you like the Flash, you'll probably really enjoy this. And if you kind of like some weird sci-fi horror stuff, you'll also like this.
And he hasn't shown up yet, but with a villain group called the Stillness, I assume the Turtle is going to make a comeback,
Maybe.
be a guy.
The Stillness was an interesting thing. It's a very interesting concept what they do with that in this book. So, hey, look,
It's Silliness, the comic.
Harley Quinn number 33. Yes, 100%. It's still the most fun you're going to get
It
out of
is
any comic every
nonsense,
week.
and I love it. And this one, Harley's just tired and put upon and can't sleep, and it's just like, why is all this terrible stuff happening to me? Because she finds out that the cartoon version of Ivy, who is not Poison Ivy, it's Python Ivy, because it's the Captain Carrot universe, was also part of, like, they got hurt, and now she's like, oh God, if whatever's going on will hurt Ivy, then I need to keep Ivy away from me. And like Harley and Ivy have like a silent argument where Ivy's just like, okay, you're having a thing. Love you, bye. And just kind of like goes on. And I'm like, it's the healthiest relationship that I've ever seen either of these characters in. I really enjoy it.
Yep. So, yeah, this book has been awesome, a lot of fun. If you're not reading it, I would suggest at some point reading it. As I've mentioned many times about this book, I am not really a Harley Quinn fan at all.
I think we both were in 1994.
Well, yeah, but that was an animated
Yeah.
series, and I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I'm a fan. It was just what an interesting character for the Joker and stuff at a time. But I picked it up for the creative team, and
Yeah.
I've kept reading.
Yeah, it's
So
a fantastic book.
that's been really good. We'll do this one. You read this, right?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah.
Hey, look, it's the Distillery book. It's Gone, #1 by Jacques,
Yuck.
issue 1. And yes, it is oversized. All the Distillery books are magazine sized.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so stupid. I hate this format." But like, it gives the art room to breathe. And like,
Yeah.
I will say that there were not a lot of pages in this particular book that like I was like, "Oh man, I'm so glad it's in this format." But I've seen some promo art from future Distillery books that I cannot wait to see. I think that like the Black Label stuff that was in this format
Right.
were fantastic. The Aftershock books that have come out in this format were for the most part really good. And I'm hoping that people can get over the sizing issue and give them a try because
Actually, that's a really good, like, I wasn't a huge Aftershock only because of the horror aspect.
right, you're not a
Right,
big horror guy.
Right. Like Animosity and stuff I loved because it wasn't really horror. But the
Yeah.
other horror, but the one shots that they did like this, even
Yeah.
the horror ones, was amazing.
Yeah, they were all fantastic.
I think I have all of those.
Yeah.
I love oversized books, comics,
Or undersized.
or undersized. I
anything
do like
that's weirdly
I
shaped.
do like any weirdly shaped. I do have a lot of weirdly shaped comics.
Yeah, if I ever run across ash cans, I have to set them aside to see if he already has them.
That is true. The old Ashton.
Yeah. Oh, the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is basically, I guess, a dystopian future sci-fi is what this is. I will say that I enjoyed it, but boy, did it throw you in the middle of.
Yeah. And
Like-
I assume that we'll get more context and like they'll flesh out the world
Yeah.
more. But this was a very tiny story about a person.
Yes.
And like the world around them, we were just thrown into with no explanation.
Yeah, like how we got there, how they got there, why, nothing. It
Yep.
was here's a story about this and just roll with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming that we're going to get more into this later, but this was not a setup book. we
Nope.
just throw you into the action and then we're going to just move on. So
Yep. And
But-
I would have expected in a story like this for there to be flashbacks or something to give us context. And they were like, nope, here's the story. Roll with it or
right.
don't.
And then this is really their first issue.
Yes.
First
They
issue
had,
one. The other one was the
anthology book.
anthology book. So this is technically their first single issue comic.
Brian would like to see the art,
Sure.
the interiors.
I gotta find it.
Where's that one though? I think it was towards the back with they're like dude floating in space.
Oh,
Maybe not. I don't know.
I think hang on. Right. This?
There we go. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a good this page. I really like that. And then there's a full page of the main character like asleep in
then
like a
there's shit.
cubby that has so much detail. Like it's a throw.
Oh.
In another book it would have been a throwaway panel, and in this it gives an entire page to it.
You talking about this one?
No. There's a full page of her asleep. I think it's
See, I like that one.
Yeah, I do too. There
That
you go.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I like about this format is that there are more pages. Their pages are bigger, so they can tell, I guess, bigger stories, more audacious stories. They can try new things.
Right.
And everybody involved in this imprint is solid.
Well, I'm so excited
Yeah.
because Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotte's got a book coming out soon, and so
And then they
I'm in.
that is it Mirka that's doing the book
Mirka.
about like the televangelist.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. It
Yeah,
looks
so
insane.
her next books that she's bringing over to the States will be actually through Distillery.
Yeah.
Not her other ones have been through Image, but now they're going through the distilleries. So hey, it's a pro. Anyway, next is Wonder Woman #2. So Tom King continues his Wonder Woman run where the Amazons have been outlawed in the US. Right? Just the US.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yep.
the US.
And the government has been sent to tell Wonder Woman to go home.
It worked so well.
They send Steve Trevor to try to talk to her.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he already knows it's not going to work. That's
Yeah.
like the first page.
Yep. It has an amazing line in it that when I got to it, I had to read out loud to everybody else. God, it's amazing how someone with some perspective on both like understanding the way the world works and more of like a background of military and that sort of thing, and then having compassion and being able to really see the whole of humanity, not just like anyway, I've enjoyed Tom King's runs on basically everything, but this might end up being my favorite Tom King book if the rest of the story is anything like these first two issues.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. If you read the first one, you finally find out who the Amazon was that started all this off,
Mhm.
which is very interesting. It is who it is.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming. Just because why would I have thought that?
Yep.
So anyway, if you're reading this, it is also phenomenal. And yes, the artwork in here is
It's
so
beautiful.
so well done.
Yeah.
there has been a lot of good art in a lot of these books, just
Yeah.
across. And once again, I know art can be relative, and when I say that, I mean for the book that it's the story that it's telling in the book.
Yeah.
Like there is some art that this wouldn't work in this book, but I guess this week is a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's a good like example of many types of art working really well for the story. Because I would say that was it Sweeney Boo that's doing the
Yes.
art in Harley.
Right.
I don't know that like this Wonder Woman story would be that
No.
as impactful with her art, but she's perfect on Harley.
Right. Yeah. I love Sweeney Boo art, but it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work with Wonder Woman. I wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And then so that's all we had to show, but we had the next issue of Amazing Spider-Man comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that starts the Wreck Rap story.
Yes, that oh my god. Yeah,
I haven't read it yet.
it's very
So-
fun. Like part of like it kind of starts off with Luke Cage in a meeting with the Goblin Queen, and like he brought Spider-Man because Spider-Man was like, "Oh yeah, me and the Goblin Queen, we're friendly," and she's like, "We are." So anyway, it ends up being super fun. They introduce a new character, who may not be new. We'll see. But like this run of Spider-Man, like if you enjoy Spider-Man, stay away from Reddit because Reddit hates Spider-Man, especially this particular run. But like
There's been some good stuff in this.
this feels like this is definitely the follow-up to Dark Web, where it's fun and
Right.
kind of silly because you got a big demon limbo guy who wants to be Spider-Man. Like it's fun.
All right, and we got to have something fun because this story, basically, our next story is what kicks off the whole gang war.
Yeah, it's about to
So-
get very heavy. So like
Yeah.
having some fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
So-
yeah,
So we'll get the fun, and then we'll go into gang war, which is basically 3 months.
yeah, it's gonna be a big story.
So, and I'm actually looking forward to gang
It's
war.
the first big like Marvel or DC crossover that has like multiple books that I've been excited about in a long time.
Yeah, that I'm looking forward to. And I think only because, and I'll say it because I'm only looking forward to it with the setup that they've already done with Tombstone.
Yeah,
Like all the early stuff that he's done in this series with Tombstone is made, I think, this story coming up worth reading.
well, this issue, spoiler for cameos, Hammerhead and Silvermane are both in this
Yeah.
issue. So it's
Yeah, like I said, we're
Yeah,
leading
they're
up
setting
to
it up, yeah. The crossover, it's Luke Cage is getting it's a lot of like
It's
three-issue minis.
a bunch of miniseries.
And then like Spider-Woman's getting a new ongoing. It's
Right.
crossing over into Miles.
Luke Cage has got one.
Yeah, Luke has a mini. There's a couple more. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a lot of parts.
Yeah.
But my guess is it's going to be like most every other Marvel crossover, where like if you read Amazing Spider-Man and
You'll
just
be
stick
fine.
with it, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Everything else will just be different flavors of the main story.
Right.
But I'm excited for Luke Cage, Mayor of New York, Gang War. Like I'm excited for that book.
Yeah, isn't there like a Shang-Chi too?
Oh
That's-
yeah.
Shang-Chi's
Shang-Chi's
a
part of
part
it.
of
I
this.
think Moon Knight.
No, Moon Knight's dead. He'll be dead by then.
Could have sworn I saw a piece of promo art of Moon Knight in it. Maybe not.
But it'd be the undead, the new Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's supposed to be dead by then. We only got 2 more issues of Moon Knight. Because I don't think the issue 1, the new Moon Knight, doesn't kick off until January, I believe.
Gotcha.
Which is supposed to be a new Moon
Hmm.
Knight for at least for a while. Because dead.
Yeah.
Dead?
People die all the time. It's
What
fine.
does that mean?
Sometimes they die and they come back like a month later.
Previews is out tomorrow.
That's right. The new previews is out, and it has a very exciting cover for me because Dynamite's doing more Disney stuff, and we got a Lilo and Stitch comic coming.
Oh, is that in
That's
this
on
one
the cover.
finally?
Yeah,
Ah,
I'm excited for that.
so yeah, I'm getting the Cruella
Yeah,
because Sweeney Boo is doing the covers and writing Cruella. So,
her cover is really cute too.
and Jacqueline will like it because she likes the 101 Dalmatians.
Mhm.
So she'll probably read it too.
And then also in the previews, the order form I did today, not only is there the Cruella de Vil comic, but there's a Duck Force comic,
Yeah, that's
which I am so hyped for. It's like it's Gizmo Duck and Launchpad and Darkwing Duck and what is her name? The magical lady from Uncle Scrooge from DuckTales. I can't remember her name. Anyway, it's like 5 or 6 different duck heroes teaming up to do stuff.
yeah. I did see that.
That book looks just up
That
my
should-
alley. I'm very excited.
Right. And then there's a new Captain Marvel #1 this week. Which I enjoy the Captain Marvel books, but she's wearing the costume that Jen Bartel designed.
Yeah, the Cody Rhodes ring gear
Yeah.
costume.
So Jen Bartel designed what was a Hellfire Gala
Yeah.
costume for Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And then they came back and had her redo it some. So now she's got a new outfit. So with
Yeah,
a
I
jacket.
didn't get around to that. I did read Captain America #2. Comes out tomorrow as well. And I did read that. And there's a lot of flashbacks to Steve as a 16-year-old orphan in Depression era New York, trying to get by. And much like movie Steve, will happily fight a Nazi no matter how often he gets his butt kicked. Doesn't care.
That's his stick.
Yep. He can do this all day.
So the first issue of that was really good. I haven't read any Marvel stuff yet because I was not able to get up here yesterday. So I went to the doctor instead.
Yep.
So
Bad news, his leg is not haunted.
it is not. Still, it is not on. We'll try again next time. Stupid Ouija board. So it will work this time. Anyway, so what else is coming out like tomorrow? What else? What else, Tess? What's coming out tomorrow?
Got a new the new Something's Killing the Children, which continues the run.
Yeah, but shouldn't all the children be dead by now?
Well, she's trying to protect them,
Oh.
but something is killing them.
Check my box here.
Like Something's Killing the Children was really good, but I mean it's really good every single time that there's a new issue. There was a new Boom book, Slow Burn,
Slow burn.
which is like reminds me a bit of Criminal.
There's a Hallows Eve one shot
Oh yeah, I haven't had a chance to read that yet either. I'm really
for
excited for
Halloween.
Yep.
But actually, what a useless character. That's a lot of fun to read about.
Like every issue of everything she's ever in, she's super fun.
Hellboy's a giant robot.
He's a robot.
Megan asks, what about Barnstormers?
That
Barnstormers was great.
Yeah,
I
Barnstormers was
love
phenomenal,
Barnstormers.
Yeah.
It is a very wordy.
Was it just the 3 issues?
It's a 3-issue series.
Yep.
Tula Lote did the art, which
Beautiful.
I love. And it was a great, I guess it took place in the 60s, 50s.
I feel like it was like
It was
50s.
before that. I'm sorry. It was probably the 30s. Right? Because the plane
Yeah,
they were in was
probably.
It was probably the 20s, 30s is when that
Yeah.
took place. And it's kind of a love story and a Bonnie and
Kind of a crime story.
Yeah, crime story. But it is actually I love the book.
Yeah, it's really
It was really, really well done. Yeah, here's the new Captain Marvel costume. Sorry, too lazy to take stuff out of a bag now because I'm just in my stack. And then there's this cover.
Yeah, the negative space.
Space cover. Yeah. So Captain America has a Spidey Man on it.
Oh yeah, Spidey does show up to ask for Cap's help. I forgot about that.
And then we
Speaking
have
of Tula,
Yep. Speaking of Tula, there's she did Alice Ever After. I'll be honest, if y'all haven't been reading Alice from Boom or Alice Ever After, it is a book worth getting. The first volume's out in trade,
Mhm.
and we're up to issue 4, the second one. And so it's been really good. I can't show that. Here, I'll show you another book that's actually was really good. I haven't read the second one yet, but Predator versus Wolverine, the first one,
Mhm.
man, like I don't even care. And it was really well done. Like it was so well done. And then we're still at the end of the world.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World.
This is getting close to wrapping up. Jason Aaron getting close to wrapping
That's
up.
what, 10 issues?
This is issue 10.
Oh, that's issue 10?
Yeah, I don't think we're done yet. I
Oh.
think it goes a couple more. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's to be continued.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
we're not
thought we
done
were. I think it's like 3 volumes. I think it's like 15 or something.
Oh, okay. All right.
And in previews.
Yep.
With the ultimate Speeder Man on it, which I don't know who is. I did notice that they announced more Ultimate books, and Peach Momoko is doing the whole X-Men.
Yeah.
Ultimate
yeah.
X-Men. So Peach Momoko's writing and drawing the X-Men Ultimate.
I saw that.
So that seemed, it's like, wow. So that should be interesting stuff. So what'd you read this week, Tess? Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Tisk,
Wow.
tisk.
I know. It's really sad. I haven't had any time.
Wow.
I
The
know.
dogs and
What
the
a
chicken.
failure.
It's just no time.
So it could be good or it could be meh. Yeah. Sure. Don't know.
I don't know.
We'll find out. You haven't done a fashion show in the last couple of weeks. Would you like to come do Test Fashion Week again? We have to do our.
Yay.
See, there you go. See, she gets a what? She would get a chair behind here, but she doesn't want to bring it over here.
No.
So she just likes complaining about
I
not
just
having
like
a
to
chair.
complain.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I understand
Same.
it. Yeah, like I get it. I 100% get it. Yeah, but if that happened, I couldn't complain about it. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as funny if I
That's-
sat behind you.
Well, it depends on what kind of faces you're making.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
Actually, it might be better if.
Could be. It could be way better.
Rachel says, if 2 white guys offer me a seat behind them, I will also decline.
That's
Hey.
fair.
I mean, it's fair, but hey, ain't right. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
God.
so what else we got going on? We got anything going on?
I've been.
I think I'm doing a show. I'm not doing it. It's not a show. I'm at the Montessori school
Oh, right. I forgot
in
about that.
2 weeks.
I keep forgetting about that because that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with you. Well, it does, but it doesn't.
Megan asks, have y'all ever considered having guest stars on the show? Like
Sure,
people-
all the time.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll happily have somebody else talk besides us.
Yes, go right ahead. Yeah. Or I mean, if you want us to talk to someone else, yeah, sure. Well,
Just tell us.
I mean, odds are if you show up around 7:00 on a Tuesday and look sad outside, we'll just break you in.
Little lost puppy.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I mean, we've done some interviews and stuff in the past, but not like live. They're all out there. We did a lot of it during the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So, and we've talked about it before. We've talked about doing other shows that are not live but are taped. So if you have good ideas on that, let us know.
Like we talked when we first started doing this about like going to other shops and
Yeah.
just being like, hey, can we record live in your store?
And maybe it's time to do that too.
Maybe.
Have to bug y'all. No, we leave at 7. Well, can we set up outside your door? But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you have things you would like for us to try or do or talk or whatever, because like we've got a list of things about doing non-live shows,
Yeah.
but I've got to just get up here. Like that's mostly on me because Tommy's here. We just got to come up here and film it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you organize the comics.
It's this crazy system that I learned called the alphabet.
but it's not what you think.
Nope, it's not.
It's not.
But because it's comics,
There's-
sometimes the words at the top of the book are not the words that name the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference between the alphabet and comic alphabet.
Yeah, like man, I like it when there's a crossover event and they put trade dress on the book to let you know, hey, this is the event. But when they put it above the title,
Right.
If you're not an active comic book reader, then it will look like title and then subtitle of whatever the book is actually called.
But it's not.
But it's not.
And so if you come on Wednesday and you look at the wall, talking about the day, he asked about a book. He goes like, "Where is it?" And we're like, "No, it's under this." So it was at the end of
I honestly don't remember.
yeah, I can't either. But it's a new book that comes out tomorrow. It's in those boxes over there.
Oh, the new Dracula book is
Oh,
under
yeah.
Universal Monsters Dracula.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yep.
So it looks like it would be under Dracula, but it is not because the title is Universal.
And so
Monsters.
for things like that, I will leave them in the alphabetical order that they appear on like our pull list on the new release rack. But the Dracula book's going to go on the D's when I move it down the wall.
Right.
Like how all of the X-Men books, even like Astonishing Iceman that came out last week, is down in the X's with X-Men. So
like the Uncanny Spider-Man. It's
Yep.
actually an X book.
yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
yes,
Dracula has-
Dracula.
yep. Tomorrow.
Hang
on.
Is it Scott Snyder doing it?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
No, it was Tinian.
Oh, Tinian. Sorry,
Snyder.
I don't know. Tinian, Snyder. They
Same person.
sounds exactly the same.
Yes. New Dracula book comes out. I think Boom has the rights to Universal Monsters now.
Is it Boom? I thought it was Image for some reason.
Oh, it's Image. Sorry.
Okay.
It's Skybound.
Skybound.
Sorry. Stop Boom. Shh.
Just kidding.
See? Dracula.
Yeah, and from what I understand, they're going to do all of the Universal Monsters as like a shared universe in the comics.
Yeah, it is. It is painted and it is
Yeah, it's wild.
a wild.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of what this is.
That's really pretty.
It is. It is really pretty.
Brian said, hopefully ending with Monster Squad. I want you to know that before the show started, we were talking about how Wolfman's got nards. Throwing that out there.
Oh, no.
We were.
We were.
It's true.
Yep.
Something about drinking water from their footprint or something. I
That's
don't.
how you turn into a werewolf.
Yeah, I don't know where. Still not sure where Gregory got that from, but
I don't know. But yes. The Wests know what's up.
yes, 100%.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's like the largest comic week that we've had in
a long
while.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of good stuff. Like the last 2 weeks were pretty small, but there was like good stuff that came out. And this is like a big week with a ton of good stuff. So hopefully everybody will come and buy a lot of books.
I do like I'm going back and looking at stuff. I do like Brian's thing about putting a live feed of your cot in the back.
Yeah.
That's actually I like that one.
Like should the live feed start before or after he chains me to the wall?
I guess it depends.
What kind of live stream is it? You know?
Yeah.
Like-
And is it feeding time? Is it not
Is it
feeding
not
time?
feeding?
Like,
Oh my god.
favorite monster movie? Mine's the Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's my favorite monster movie. It's my favorite Universal monster.
Favorite monster movie? C-SPAN.
No, we're staying in a fictional world.
Fake monsters. Fake monsters.
Yeah,
got
fake
it.
monsters.
Got it. I don't know that I have a favorite monster movie. God. When I was a kid, it was Nightmare on Elm Street. I loved Nightmare on Elm Street.
Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep was fun. Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie or
Horror movie?
monster movie? Or
Mhm.
do you have one? Have you-
Maybe. just like horror in general?
Sure.
Can I be super cliche and say The Shining?
Sure.
Cool.
Mhm.
Thanks. I love that movie.
And if you look at the director, it is technically a monster movie.
It is.
because
I
he
guess
was
so,
a
because
monster.
He was a terrible person. This is perfect.
Yeah. Well, that was like I saw the post you made about like book,
Mhm.
and then you said Stephen King,
Yeah.
and then you said that being cliche, but I'm like, well, the dude's only written like
5
500,
billion books,
Right.
So
Like-
it's-
Yeah, yeah,
like
gotta
and
be something
and
you
let's
like.
be fair, almost all of them are great,
yeah.
Mhm.
right? Like
I-
however you want to look at it, like
I was 12 years old, and it was like 2 a.m., and everybody in my house was asleep, and that was when I finished reading Pet Sematary. It was
That's horrible.
that was not a good night's sleep for me.
No. I read it over the pandemic, and
Yeah.
I don't think I slept for like 3 days.
so the we were talking at work the other day about this, and like when I was younger, I actually watched horror stuff like Friday the 13th and all that. And then like
Mhm.
I can't do it at all now. And they were like, what ended it for you? I'm like, the Poltergeist. Poltergeist ended
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist ended my any watching any horror stuff at
Mhm.
all. When the clown,
You're
I
so true.
I never liked clowns to begin with. Like I
Okay.
grew up not liking clowns ever. It's just they're just not a thing that I like. I watch Poltergeist, and to me, that is still the most traumatizing scene of anything of that kid
Yeah.
and that clown sitting in that chair, and then all of a sudden he's gone, and then he snatches him under the bed.
That's so true.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm out.
All right, so it may not be my favorite, but it may be the greatest horror movie ever
Exactly,
made.
Megan. Exactly.
Is Thanksgiving.
See,
Yep.
but there's certain things that I don't consider horror, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's a turkey that goes on killing spree because
there's a
it's
sloth one
Thanksgiving.
out now too.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see the previews
I
for it?
didn't see the preview. I saw the movie poster. That's all I needed.
Oh
I
my
cannot
God.
wait.
There's like a lady in the hospital,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, this sloth it's like a 5-minute scene of him crawling up her.
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God, this is so. Yeah, there's a difference between horror
yeah.
And horror.
and horror. All right, like that's funny. Like the tire one. What's the tire one? That
Rubber.
rubber,
Yeah.
where the tire goes around. A
Yeah.
single tire goes around and kills people.
So I heard about a movie from Moose, my fiance's oldest kid, about basically a lazy boy that goes on a killing spree, like a chair, like literally a piece of furniture.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired. I need to lay here.
I guess it's like the horror version of Pee-wee's Playhouse. I guess the chair just comes alive and eats people. Tucker and Dale, fantastic. Cabin in the Woods was fantastic.
I haven't seen Cabin in the Woods. You told me I
You
need
would
to watch.
enjoy Cabin
Yeah,
in the
you
Woods.
told me-
I
Yeah.
love Anna and the Apocalypse, Brian. It's my favorite movie. It's my favorite Christmas movie. It's the best movie ever. I quote it all the time, and no one gets it.
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't think I have
It's
either.
so good.
What is that?
It's the worst movie ever, and I love it. It's a musical.
Oh, I love horrible
Oh,
movies.
I saw the trailer for this. Yes, it does look
Yes,
amazing.
It's so good.
Anna and the Apocalypse, huh?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I love it so much. There's this bit where they're talking about Taylor Swift and whether or not she would turn into a zombie or not, and they're all very like, no, Taylor Swift is not a zombie. Iron Man might be a zombie, but Taylor Swift, no. Tay-Tay is fine. Sorry. I love that movie so much.
Shaun of the Dead is good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is a good
that's yeah.
Um,
So see, like I don't consider those like Zombieland, right? Like Zombieland's
Yeah.
not they're not to me. Those aren't horror movies.
Well, there's the Zom rom-com, Warm Bodies. Have you never seen? It's
I've
a
never seen that.
oh, it's delightful.
Mhm.
It's literally a romantic comedy about a zombie and a person that's not a zombie.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and it's oh god, what is his name? He was Beast in X-Men First Class, and he was the weird little kid in About a Boy.
Well,
He
was in that.
Yeah, he's the zombie. He's the
Oh,
main
he's the
He's the
zombie?
male. He's the lead. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I can't remember his name. It's gonna drive me crazy.
That guy. He's that guy.
He was on the BBC series Kids that they adapted at MTV poorly.
You're running out of time.
All right.
It's 7:45.
Oh, is it? Oh,
But see, like a lot of that stuff is like when I watch Supernatural,
yeah.
and I'm like,
Mhm.
well, it's not horror.
Thank you, Rachel. Nicholas Holt.
I'm like, that's not horror. Like it's like
Um,
Underworld, right? The Underworld movies.
Well, those are action.
those are action,
Those are
right?
action movies.
Those
All
are
right.
action.
So horror movies that I enjoy, May, which is a retelling of the Frankenstein monster with a female monster. There is, oh my God, what is the two sisters that become werewolves? There's two of them. God.
Well, you just said there was two sisters, so
Well, no, there's two movies.
That's
there's
what
two
you
movies.
You just said it was two.
Like, yes, Ginger Snaps. Yes, thank you. And then Ginger Snaps Back. Yeah, those are great.
What? I haven't
Dog
even heard of
Soldiers.
that.
Dog Soldiers is a Canadian movie about a bunch of like army dudes that get attacked by werewolves and then become werewolves.
Oh. So they apologize before they kill you?
They're like, oh, sorry, Ollie bit me. Yep. Yep, those are good. 28 Days Later is a great, very intense horror movie. And then 28 Weeks Later is the sequel that's more of an action movie than a horror movie.
Yeah, I stayed away from those because the
Those are
first
great.
one was
Fast vampires.
Yeah.
I mean zombies. Fast
Yeah,
zombies.
fast
It was the
zombies,
first movie I ever saw with fast zombies. And the guy who was the main character in 28 Days Later just played Oppenheimer.
Oh.
Cillian Murphy. That was the first thing I ever saw him in. And then I saw him in Sunshine, and he was Scarecrow in the Christian Bale Batman movies. Anyway.
All right. Anyway, yep.
Yep.
Tess is telling us that she is tired of our stuff and she wants to leave and go home and not be bothered by us again until next week. So, which I don't blame her.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Completely understandable.
But I'm
Rather
sure we'll
than
get
blame
more into this
someone
next week
else.
because we will be here for Halloween.
We will.
So,
I'm so excited.
well, I mean, you don't have to be. Like, if you need to go trick or treating, please go trick or treating.
Thanks.
So, anyway, we'll talk to y'all later.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.